Hello everybody and welcome back to me making videos again. Um yeah, so a few things I want to explain first. First of all, let's just say, long story short, I've had a bit of a few issues trying to work with sorry, it's thought some weird audio thing happening. Detecting slight vibrations. Anyway, um let's just say, long story short, the AVIO 4K capture device um yeah, let's just say it hasn't worked out the best for me. Some weird. Anyway, just want to make sure. Let's just say the AVO hasn't worked out for me and it's been returned. What is. Don't know if. Seriously, it's like getting some weird audio things. Okay, let's see screen. Okay. Might just be my headphones. Anyway, with that said, let's resume. But at least the computer's doing good. And so I've resorted to using my old Game Capture HD60S. Basically, it's on a computer with graphics now, a dedicated graphics card, so it can do the processing. I. One second. Okay, that was just basically my phone. For some reason I thought I was giving a command, I wasn't. Don't know how that works. Also, apparently regarding the car, it was apparently a front axle that broke, which was also substantially cheaper. But I'm gonna have one more person check it out just to make sure, involving in alignment with the front axle, because I don't think the place that repaired it, well, me and my parents particularly, because the place that repaired it apparently also doesn't specialize in aligning the axle. So if the axle needs to be aligned, so be it. Basically, it wasn't the transmission, it was one of the front axle. I think it was the front left one, actually. But anyway, with that stated, yep, that game audio's picking up. Yep, it's picking up. Okay then, with that stated, also in the meantime, I've bought more games and more accessories, and so with that, so I can have more to show. I'm kind of disappointed I'm not going with the 4K, but honestly, I think 1080p 60 at this point will do will suffice. Because let's just say I spent literally 2 whole days trying to work with the AVO and with XSplit and OBS and such, and let's just say the results have not been favorable. It's been utterly tedious, and so it's just being returned. I guess in the future, if there is another 4K for laptops, it's gonna be for something else, because I don't know. At least I have the computer with the dedicated graphics card, so now it can do 1080p 60 easily. That stated, let us begin with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but this time I'm gonna start over with it because I don't think I've given it the best run, and I wanna be respectful and such, so I'm gonna start over. Besides, I don't mind starting over if I need to do so. Also, I think involving the Chow. Also, progressive mode. And that sounds loud. Or it feels loud. Switch to progressive mode. Oh no. One second. Alright, and welcome back everybody to another exciting episode of, back to my original playthrough of playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Last time, when I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, I've had many issues, mostly not having a dedicated graphics card on my hand for the time being. I was initially going to use the AVO 4K, but let's just say after spending 2 days trying to work with it, and not having really much success, just returned it because it was just not working for me. Anyway, today, instead of trying to resume this, which did pretty much for the most part got all the missions, I'm gonna just start over, honestly, because I want to be more respectful for that, and also, and now that I realize, I'm gonna try and be quiet during the cutscenes, for the most part, because, my microphone is in the automatically reduced game sound setting, so I don't want to keep having to have those annoying reduced game sounds things, so also I'm going to be more careful with my microphone. It can be kind of sensitive that I believe even hitting it will reduce the game sound. So let's just start a new file, shall we? And instead of going to tutorial like I started off last time, let's just go into story, shall we?
Story select.
Let's just go right into it. Hero, Dark. In this game, let me put it this way. In the previous Sonic Adventure, there were like several different characters you could play as, and each had their own story. In this game, it follows a similar format in that there are separate stories, but instead, there's a hero team and a dark team, each with their own story, as one team sets out to save the world and the other sets out to conquer it. And so, we're gonna start with Hero, and let's see what this is all about, shall we? (1327) above the capital city.
Sigma Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're en route. Everything's a go.
This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
That's a 10-4. Cargo secured on board and... What?
Didn't
the
copy
Hedgehog
that.
is
Over.
gone. He's taken out everyone aboard and...
What's wrong?
What in the
Come
world?
in. Over.
Freeze! What do you think you're doing? Get that Hedgehog!
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
Nice look of the city. So yeah, apparently Sonic is in a helicopter for some reason, was captured by the military, but then escaped for some... but then escaped. He was somehow caught and then escaped, and now we're escaping now.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south. Block all major roads and capture...
Whee! This looks good. I mean, finally I can play 1080 60 with ease! Sonic Adventure 2 Battles, the sequel to the first Sonic Adventure game titled... just want to make sure my controls are good. Alright. Who's this guy?
Hi, I'm Domojack.
I'm using a third-party controller for this because I don't want to use my Wavebirds, but I think them more as a collector's item sometimes. Also, I like to take care of my stuff. Alright. Alright. Ow. Well, there's the rumble feature at least. Oh, right.
Jump on the rail and get ready to grind your way down.
Yeah, this game introduces the grinding aspect to the Sonic the Hedgehog, to the Sonic the Hedgehog series. And it's signified with Sonic having a new style of shoes. Initially, Sonic was going to use his normal power shoes for this game, but instead was switched over to the soap shoes, as they are called. The only thing that annoys me is that it's never explained in-game why he's wearing new shoes. He just starts off with a whole new pair of shoes. It's like... At least with Amy in Sonic Adventure, when she was given a new outfit when she made the leap into the 3D world along with Sonic and his friends, at least it's somehow explained in the comics. I mean, I don't know if it's canon or not with the comics in the video game universe, but still, at least it gets some explanation in one way or form, as I know of. But here, no explanation, just him running around in his new shoes with no explanation. Except it feels like an advertisement. Well, it's like an advertisement in a sense, but later on, Sonic's never wearing these shoes, in the video game universe anyway, anymore. I hope the volume's good, because I don't think people would appreciate, like, constant fluctuations in volume.
The challenge is in this container. You can go to the Chow Garden when you finish the stage.
Whee! Ooh! Yeah, you can hit walls like that. Got that. I'm just gonna go down here. One moment, please. Let me, not that. Let me turn down the volume for myself. Alright? Sonic Team Billboard. Going down! Up, up, whee! Up, whee! Yeah!
Here we go.
No, not that. Unicorn power! Sorry. Okay. As you progress through the game, you're like the previous Sonic Adventure, there are power-up items, permanent power-up items that stick to your character, in which your character holds onto them pretty much for the rest of the game. Well, as long as you play the game and don't start a new file, but you get what I mean. It's like, you'll see what I mean once we get our first power-up item. Yep, like that. Somersaults. Let's run away! Whee! Ooh! La 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 la. Oops. All right. Alright. Alright, just getting back to things.
Try whistling, dude. There must be someone here.
Well, there was someone there, actually. Anyway, that's our fish mission cleared. Let's see how we did. A's off the bat.
That was cool!
Hot pink A's off the bat. Yep. I like to say hot pink A's. I don't know if they are hot pink A's, I just like to say hot pink A's. Why am I saying haze? A's! A's! Also, yeah, chow keys. Whenever you grab a chow key and finish the stage, you're automatically taken afterwards to here. Shouldn't the chow data be loading up? Because... oh, there it is! Oh yeah, I should mention something. In the GameCube remake of this game, I don't know if it's for the others of this game, but this is the GameCube remake, let me first point that out. And secondly, the chow data and the game data itself are technically two separate files. Last time, in my previous one, I pretty much left the project because of not getting the optimal outputs for my videos. Anyway, let's just look around. Let's go here. Kinda wishing I'm using my initial controller. Feels kinda weird using a third-party one. Should I have even bought it? It's a brand new one, by the way. Oh yeah, the rings don't carry over. Should also let you know, the more, this is the black market, the more rings you get, not rings, the more emblems you get, the more rare items appear in the shop. And as a result, you get to buy more stuff. But some of that stuff can be more expensive, so you'll need more rings. That's where you need more rings. Bulletin boards, I wonder even if that link is still active. They've been here this whole time and they're still not done. So yeah, as you can plainly see, for the most part, the chow data and the game data in itself are two separate files on the memory card. Well, it's even made more apparent when you look into the memory card and see one file shows Sonic Adventure 2 Battle chow data, and the other one just says Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. This is the remake of the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was basically the last Sonic the Hedgehog game for the Dreamcast. Not the last game for the Dreamcast, but the last Sonic the Hedgehog game for the Dreamcast, before the Dreamcast eventually fell because of numerous reasons, such as its poor run with the Sega Saturn and the hype for the PlayStation 2. The hype for the PlayStation 2 was one of the major factors, but so was its poor run with the Sega Saturn. And due to loss of finances and such, I believe they had to eventually rebrand themselves as a third-party developer and start developing for multi-platform. So yeah, the Sega Dreamcast was basically Sega's last attempt at making its own hardware. Eventually, it just couldn't afford to, financially afford to, that is, perhaps, continue on. So, basically, this was the last Sonic the Hedgehog game for a Sega console before Sonic Adventure 2 was remade for the GameCube, entitled Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and then for the HD, quote-unquote HD, for the Xbox 360 and PS3. I think I've seen recently that it was recently made to be backwards compatible with the Xbox One, actually. Interesting. I think it was also available for PlayStation 4 as well, but I think that was exclusively to be only for streaming, whereas you can play not have to stream with the Xbox One. I think that's how I've read it. Anyway, let's go into here. Sonic's heels look kind of weird here, like... Huh. Is anyone in here? Or did I take them somewhere? Oh, I think some of them might be in the Dark Chao Garden and some... Yeah, and 2 of them are in the, class. Oh well. Also, every time you leave a Chao Garden after... While during story mode, you'll be taken out of it into the next scene.
Game of tag is boring. I'm out of here. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it
Spider
on.
Group Bigfoot reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been located.
Bigfoot.
Copy that.
Alright, this boss is easy. Oop. I'm trying to get used to this controller. It doesn't feel super good in the hands in some cases, but
This is Spider Troop Bigfoot.
let me just get a firmer grip on it.
Put the headquarters over. And engage the enemy and request backup.
Sorry, Bigfoot. Ow. That wasn't. I was gonna come up with a clever one-liner there.
What? For just one hedgehog?
And you're just one creature that a lot of people say is a
Take
myth.
care.
I think I interrupted Sonic. My bad. I'm gonna be quiet for this next cutscene.
What?
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power.
That's the Chaos Emerald! Now I know what's going on. The military has mistaken me for the likes of you. So, where do you think you're going with that emerald? Say something, you fake hedgehog!
Chaos control!
He's fast! Hey, it's not its speed. He must be using the Chaos Emerald to warp.
Shadow. I'm the world's ultimate life form. There's no time for games. Farewell!
Poor Sonic, but now we're introducing yet another, not one, but 2 new characters.
Just let it go. You just don't know when to give up, do you?
What are you talking about? That emerald's mine. You got that? The Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emerald. That makes it very powerful. What the? Look who's calling who a thief. I came here following the signal from the Emerald. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Master Emerald, is it not? Dr. Eggman.
So that's Dr. Egg.
Well, I guess I can use it for something. I'll just take it with me. Farewell, knucklehead. Not if I can help it.
What was that all about? And look what you did to my emerald!
I did that to prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen, you idiot. If it's in pieces, I can restore it. And by the way, that's not your emerald. Doesn't matter. I'll look into it once I get back to the base.
I despise anyone who takes jewels from me. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
Batgirl? Oh wait, the other Batgirl. My bad. Not the DC one. My bad. Find 3 pieces of the Master Emerald.
This is not...
And just to clarify, the 2 new characters are Shadow and Rouge. Just to be clear there. Why do I always remember hearing this song? This feels like one of the first songs I've heard when I was little.
Find the 3 pieces of the Master Emerald hidden somewhere around here. Use the radar at the bottom of the screen.
Life?
Help us find them all.
introduced into the treasure hunting portions of the stages, in which we have to find 3 pieces of the Master Emerald, very similar to what happened in the first Sonic Adventure game.
2 more left.
However, unlike the previous Sonic Adventure game, they apparently made a few changes where you can still, well, technically you can still find some of the emeralds in advance. They don't need to be on the they don't need to show up on the radar yet first. You can find them without the radar, but the radar is useful. It's very useful. Well, it's pretty much what you need to use, pretty much. In the previous game, you could find. Let me put it this way: in the previous game, whenever you got near an emerald, any emerald, that sensor for that respective emerald would start bleeping, whereas in this game, you can only trigger 1 emerald radar to bleep at a time, not all 3 at a time. So that's pretty much what they've made here. Whee! But you good, sounds cool! Okay. Anyway, where is that? Is that emerald? Smash. What's this? Oh, right. It smashes all the robots in the vicinity. Where's that emerald? There we go.
1 more left.
Yeah, this game got lyrics for a reason. But I don't mind. Gotcha! What the? Can't see! Alright, is it in here?
I found him.
I like to always do that, because that's what it looks like. Anyway, did we get an A? A! Come on! A! Give me an A! Yay!
Yeah, this is perfect.
I'm kind of surprised he almost didn't get a copyright for saying Batgirl, because Batgirl's a DC character. And this isn't the only time he says Batgirl in this game either, that Knuckles does. Anyway, also I should probably mention, once you unlock the very first stage, which is basically the first stage we played, any first stage, you can enter a stage select. Once you enter stage select, you could go to the Chao Garden anytime you want, but however, a character first needs to enter the Chao Garden via using the Chao key once in order to get into the Chao Garden. I'll show a visual because I'm not best with my words. Wish I was better with my words, honestly. I'm better with typing. At least this controller has rumble feature. It's a wired control, but I'm using an extension. 6 feet extension to get even longer to my way up top. Anyway, to the next scene. 1156, Prison Island.
There's no mistake about it. This must be the island. It's a secret military base that is reinforced and super strong. It's called Prison Island. I heard the news about it on satellite TV. I still can't believe that Sonic will destroy the military building or rob the bank. Wait for me, okay, Sonic? I'm on my way. What? Hey, look, it's Amy. And Eggman, too. What's Amy doing here? Doesn't matter. I have to help Amy because she's in danger. Tornado transformation!
We're introducing a new, interesting new concept. Well, not a new concept, but something that somewhat carries over from.
You're just you couldn't defeat 100 years.
So yeah, the shoot 'em up sections carry over, in a sense, from Sonic Adventure 1, from Gamma's shoot 'em up stages into here, in which they kind of, well, they seem to have revised and added on to the shoot 'em up experience, actually. Now Tails is the shoot 'em up. Now Tails and Eggman, respectively, are the shoot 'em up characters.
You won't defeat me this time! Won't!
Well, revised to an extent.
Out! That's it! I'm gonna just...
Punch you in the face!
Guard down!
Hey, how's that?
That's what you get. Punch you in the face. Well, I think I punched you in the face. Anyway, not cutscene. No cutscene.
This time I'll let you go. But the next time we meet, you won't be so lucky.
Wow, Tails, you did it! But what are you doing here on this island? I'm the one who should be asking that question. Don't you know it's dangerous here? I know, but I'm here to save my hero, Sonic! Again? Hurry! I know Eggman's up to no good again. Okay, just stay here. I'll be right back. Come on, settle the lives. Don't leave without me. I want to help Sonic too.
There's something about her theme in this game that makes some scenes look badass. It just does for some reason. Anyway, Prison Lane, find the core of the prison. Also, this is probably where most of the camera issues in this game might be from, is the shoot 'em up stages.
There is an animal in the pot. Try whistling.
La, 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 la. Oh, I already got this one. Can't shoot through here, need a power up. Shoot these, get some points. Some small points, but some points no less. Well, nevertheless.
More enemies that are locked on at one time means more bonus points.
Whee! I'm getting the hang of this, just have to grip my controller better.
Defeat all enemies around you, and the doors will automatically.
Going up. Shoot everything! Even things I can't get to. Gonna need another power to get there. Aha! Take that. Whee! Oh yeah.
Use the Vulcan cannon to destroy wooden containers.
Yeah, the Vulcan cannon is basically, in the shoot 'em up stages, unlike the previous one, adding on to it, besides having basically the ability to shoot laser, to fire and besides the ability to fire missile lasers at your opponents, every time you press the B button, it will automatically fire it will pretty much fire a shot from your Vulcan cannon out straight forward. So basically, it's basically the Vulcan cannon will always shoot first, and then you can lock on to opponents. Once you've released the B button, after holding down the B button, you'll fire the missile lasers at the opponents. But make note that you can only hold down the B button, that you can only lock on to enemies holding down the B button for a certain amount of time. You can't go infinite, so make note of that. I believe you can lock onto as many enemies as you want in the vicinity, but as for how long you can, it's limited. So don't try holding it the whole way, it won't work. Besides, you'll have to smash some robots, you'll likely have to smash some robots in the way to move forward anyway, so yeah, you can't hold it for the whole stage.
The bomb robots and robots.
Cheap. That was cheap. And I saw it coming too, but I didn't know how to. I thought it got out of the way. I got out of the way. I really did, but I did. Successfully. In your face. Alright. Alright. Almost missed it for a second. Yep. Well, no. Well, I forgot, but yeah, sometimes you'll find it. Sometimes you will. I think Amo-Chow. I think there's an Amo-Chow in every stage that'll tell you how many animals there are in per stage. There are different amounts of animals and different kinds of animals in stages, but I don't think you really need to go out of your way to collect them all, and I don't think there's any 100% bonus, even if you were able to. So I don't think there's a 100% bonus for collecting animals. So there's that. So don't go out. So you don't have to go out of your way if you don't want to. But shooting up enemies. Oh! Booyah! Radical! Radical grade!
Your health meter above 0. Collecting rings will slowly help you recover health.
Ta-da! Shoot! You! Haha! Blasting through the snow, having fun! Haha! Not so fast! My God! Is there any rings here? Okay. Alright. Up, away! Can't smash with that yet. Aha! Trying to punch you, apparently. Maybe. That's a robot. You get a lot of points from gold robots. Aha! Nice try! Haha! Oh yeah, at checkpoints, if you have certain amounts of rings, you get different boosts. I think the very latest, I think the highest valued, in terms of amounts of rings for checkpoint, bonuses, the highest valued bonuses that you can get from checkpoints for rings is bubbles. If you have like a green bubble, I think you'll get a purple static magnet bubble, which attracts rings and protects you. I'm in a ring. Way up there. Oh yeah, way up there. Find them all. Yep. Sometimes you have to smash all the. You have to smash all the enemies. Also, make sure you hit. Also, I think if you're interrupted destroying enemies while firing. If you're somehow interrupted while firing at enemies with the missile lasers, I think your combo is negated. So make sure you don't get hurt. Make sure you don't get hit while shooting at enemies with your missile lasers. Otherwise, your combo will be negated. So watch out. One moment. Oh, never mind.
I did it!
Jumping for joy! Yay! How much was that? Yay!
I did it, Sonic!
Jumping for joy! Yay! It almost looks kind of silly that you're in a battle mech of sorts and you're jumping for joy. It looks almost silly, almost super silly. Yeah, I've been recording for 34 minutes. Let's see if I can go longer. And that was Tails. That's pretty much the last hero